But let's get out of RDJ. Let's talk about something else. Let's talk. You know what? Let's talk about an aspect of Deadpool and Wolverine and how could it work. So I did see Deadpool and Wolverine. I have reviewed it more times right now than I think I can count, but I've loved talking about it every time on all the different shows I've been a part of and stuff like that. So it's been a ton of fun, and it's a huge hit, and I'm wondering if they're going to do everything they wanted to and more this weekend to make the billion. But they have been talking about Spider-Man. Hugh Jackman and Ryan Reynolds right now, I think, have a blank check, and they've been talking about Spider-Man. I've heard this kind of been a little bit torn, like, you can't do this. Maybe you could put them in a movie together, but it can't be a Deadpool movie because you can't have Spider-Man in R-rated movies. Here's where I think it could work. In the multiverse, I hope they don't rush this, because I do think Deadpool, Wolverine, and Tom Holland's would be a really fun choice as a movie, because you have to have comedy. And if you're going to have comedy, yes, Andrew Garfield could play comedy. I don't know about Tobey Maguire. I would seem to play too much comedy. Maybe he just seems a little dry to play comedy. Like, I don't think he seems like the youth minister they called him in the movie, playing against Deadpool and Wolverine, whereas Tom Holland feels like he would feel like a kid who is matched up against these two like vicious people, and I think that would add a lot of funniness to it. Vicious in a way, but you know what I mean, like stone cold killers. And Spider-Man doesn't like to kill, so I think if you could make it work, you don't make it a Spider-Man movie, you make it a Deadpool movie, but you play it up and you say, oh, we're going PG-13 with this, and then beep out shit. And like Wolverine hates it, but the whole thing that I think could really make this work is if they have to keep Spider-Man alive for some reason. Some, like, maybe he's being attacked, maybe it could be multiversal. And it would be cool if they remembered, or at least Deadpool remembered, who Peter Parker was. You know, out of everybody, nobody remembers, but like for some reason he remembers. They can figure it out. And then he realizes Wolverine. He's like, we got to go. We got to go to the sacred timeline, and we got to protect Spider-Man at all costs. I think the way you make this work, and like and that's how you can get your Sinister Six movie. I understand. Spider-Man versus Sinister Six. Sinister Six is the dream, especially for some. But in movies, I don't think you can pull it off. I think you could pull it off. I would love to see it, but I don't think that studios are willing to pull it off. I think they want Spider-Man versus Sinister Six, but I don't think they know how to do that. That many villains. Like, the closest I think we were going to get to it was No Way Home, which added 2 more Spider-Man to help him fight. So this would makes sense. Like, if you can get all of the Sinister Six together and Deadpool and Wolverine having to help protect Spider-Man, because he's like, they're killers, they'll kill him. he refuses to kill. But to see him play off of each other, but to see Deadpool realize in his own movie he has to be subdued, he can't curse, he can't do those things, I think would add a funnier element to it. Like, every time he fucks up or something, or says something like or Wolverine does, he's got to be on top of him. I think you played off well, but if you're going to do it, get them a scene in Secret Wars together. Make sure they have a scene in Secret Wars together. Make sure it's a prominent scene that's fun. Deadpool loves the kid and just wants to be friends with him. Wolverine likes him because Wolverine always likes Spider-Man too. So, like, he always gives shit. Like, so that you need that, but you add that into Secret Wars, you really cement them together, some funny scenes with them and some action scenes with them, and you can make a movie. It could be kind of cool. It would be an interesting one to say for sure, like, to see those two go in, but that's my stance on it. I thought it'd be fun to do that. What do you guys think? Sound off. Let's see what James is saying. A Spidey movie would be a ton of fun, but the dynamic would kind of be weird considering this version of Peter Parker is fresh out of high school, unless they do a time jump. I think it would be funnier if they're there to protect them. It gives that element of why they're there. They met in Secret Wars. He can't stand Deadpool. He thinks Wolverine's just insane. They come, they find out this plan. Like, the TVA is like, oh no, maybe he's another life being. Because, like, I don't know. I love Wolverine, but I don't know how he can be an anchor being. But Spider-Man's not an anchor being. He better be. But that would be funny, like, if that anchor being was suffering like one of his biggest things. It'd be really cool to see Deadpool. Oh no, I can't do that. I don't want to say it. Because I feel stupid, but I'll leave it alone. All right, that could be cool. I would pay all the money in the world to hear Deadpool say it's Morbin time. Oh my god, you could do a whole thing at the end too, where Deadpool, they save Spider-Man, he's good. They do it Spider-Man's way without killing people, and then Deadpool goes through And he's like, all right, I'm not going to kill everyone. I'm going to respect the people in his world, but I'm going to kill Spider-Man villains elsewhere because he didn't get to kill everybody. And he goes after Morbius. He goes like, I just feel like it would be. You have to make it funny because it doesn't work. That's when Spider-Man, I think, in the comics, like when he's teamed up with like really funny characters or really against type characters, I think that's when Spider-Man, his comedy shines. His comedy shines all the way throughout. I think a lot of people don't realize like the movie versions of Peter Parker and his jokes are not too accurate. He's very funny, dude. That's why Deadpool loves him, even though he's generally not being funny with Deadpool. So I think that's imperative. I think you need to show him with his comedy now. And the fact that Deadpool and Wolverine will know who he is by the end of it, I think that'd be great. Like everybody just looks at him as Spider-Man, but then by the end of that, a movie with the three of them, and it's just sort of a one-shot, one-off type movie, but you can have the TVA, you can have multiversal elements, you can have this, that, or the other thing. Or maybe they go back to the Void. Maybe they all go back to the Void. Maybe a crazy Mr. Paradox or somebody else from the TVA prunes Spider-Man to be chaotic, and I can't remember the actor's name or the character's name from Loki, but she runs the TVA now. She was just in Deadpool Wolverine, comes back and tells them, we need your help. We're going to need you. You got to save him. He's in the Void. Everyone is after him. Now you can have Sinister Six characters from the past, all different types from all different universes. You can add all the stuff you need to add. It's in the Void. When they get back to New York, maybe whatever was happening in New York, like in Spider-Man's world, they need to get rid of him so that way they can do it. And by that time, it's a race to get back out so they can stop him. Very similar to Deadpool and Wolverine. Very similar to Deadpool Wolverine. I'm not gonna but it's a formula that works. I'm not gonna say it's not. I know it is, but it's a formula that works. I truly believe that. And you can have new elements in it. Let's be real. Deadpool and Wolverine was a lot of fun. It was great fan service. It was a great Marvel movie. It's not a great movie. Like it's very simple movie in terms of narrative. But I'm okay with that. I've never had a problem with simple narratives if the movies are really good, the acting's good, and everything else. So I think that's where you do it. You keep it simple. You keep them simple. What are they there for? And if you don't want to have the destruction in New York, like where they're fighting everybody or wondering why nobody else is joining in at that time, take it to the Void. You've already introduced the Void. You can introduce anybody you want in the Void. I think that works for Deadpool's world. I think you can bring in other characters to do it. And that's just where I can stand with Spider-Man. But I'd like to see him. I'd like to see them do a movie. There's also talk about possible Hulk versus Wolverine movie. I mean, not against it, but I'd rather see a World War Hulk movie, and then you could throw Wolverine in there. I think that would be a lot more fun. You've already started introducing things, but that's the thing with Marvel. You've already started introducing storylines and shows that didn't do well or movies that didn't do well, and then you abandon those storylines. But the fans aren't against those storylines. Like, we want to know what happened with the Hulk's son. That wasn't the greatest way to learn it, and She-Hulk wasn't the greatest show, but I didn't think it was. It's very convoluted, very fourth wall broken. And I don't think they did it in a way smart enough that Deadpool does it, where you can break the fourth wall. Possible, and she was a good character. I like Tatiana Maslany, and I liked her in that role, so I wouldn't mind seeing her show up more. But yeah, it just wasn't funny enough. Like, it had some funny moments, but it just wasn't. It seemed too unbelievable with everything they were putting up with in that show. Whereas in Deadpool and Wolverine, none of it seemed unbelievable for those characters. So I dug that. They set it up. I will see what happens. So they really need to get this train back on track. It's just not working as well. Oh man, I went over an hour. Sweet. Well, guys, I had a lot to say today. Hopefully you enjoyed the show. Again, join up on our Patreon. So it's there for join for free tier or paid tier. Paid tier, it all goes back to helping us build the channel, helping us, do everything we need to do. The free tier, of course, you get lots of perks with that as well. Right now we're doing a giveaway. Like I said, if you missed that in the beginning of the show, we are doing a giveaway of the Popcorn Bucket and the Wolverine Cup to 2 wonderful winners of our Patreon. And it's just going to be picked at random through the wheel. We're going to pick off the wheel. And one winner will win the Headpool Popcorn Bucket, and one winner will win the Wolverine Cup. And they're they're pretty cool. We have some videos out with them and stuff, and I did a full review, so you can go check that out as well. But yeah, they're pretty cool. I do dig them, and I hope you guys dig them as well. But I hope you guys like the show as well too. So we're going to be moving again. Just to recap a little bit, we are going to be on the Scene Snobs. We're going to be moving all of our live shows in 10 weeks after the 350th and 5-year anniversary special. So that will be our 350th episode on August 8th, 5-year anniversary special. We're super stoked for that. It's going to be live. It's going to be on everything. We hope you'll enjoy it. We're going to lead up to that. And then after that, all of our lives are going over to Patreon and Discord, of course. So like you can become a member of the Discord by joining the Patreon for free or paid tier. Both get you into the Discord. Then you can just be a part of it, hang out with us, and like you can watch all our videos. All of our videos from YouTube are now going to start coming out on at that point are going to start coming out on Patreon only, and then they'll eventually get over to YouTube. But it's it's our Snob Nation world right now. So like that's the hubs right there. You got to be a patron and you get into the Discord. That's how you can be part of Snob Nation and really connect with us. You can also be a part of Snob Nation just by watching, hanging out, commenting, being a part of it. And we'd love you to be a part of that. But we love movies, and we know you do too. So join up with Snob Nation, hang out with us over there, watch our live shows, comment along, watch our videos that we're putting out, hang out with them. Make sure you subscribe to the channels. Make sure you like and make sure you comment, because that really helps us go a long way. That pushes things so other people get to see it as well. It's the name of the game. So we appreciate it anytime you can do that and support us. We appreciate you guys. If you haven't, let's just see. James says, off topic, have you seen the clips of Deadpool at Disney parks? I never thought I'd hear a Disney character make grinder jokes. I have not, but I think I need to check that out. I didn't realize that was on there, but I will definitely go check that out. But guys, we do have other shows. We are doing the Snob Nation morning show. It's Friday mornings around 8. I'm thinking about moving over to Sundays, because then I can do every Sunday. Let me know what you guys think. Do you want to do the Sunday mornings, talk about stuff? And what topics do you guys want to talk about? Again, this will be moving over to the Patreon as well, and that's where the lives will be, and then they will be available over on the YouTube channel maybe about a week or so after. But if you want to do it live, or you want to see it up to date or see all that stuff, actually, no, the Snob Nation Winter Show will not be going to YouTube at all. We will cut it up in clips and put some clips up. But for the most part, Snob Nation and Get Geeked, our other show where you pick the topics, those are going to be just primarily on Patreon if you want to watch the whole thing. We have other shows too. We have Warp Factor Fiction coming back very soon. We're going to come back to talk about the animated series, Star Trek animated series, and we're going to do all the movies, and then we're getting into Next Generation. I cannot wait. I'm super stoked. So we're going to do that. I hope you guys will join it, be a part of it, hang out with us, have a good old time, and do it. If not, I love you guys. Please keep watching as it comes out. Hang out with us. Follow us on, social media and stuff. Stay in the know, and then, you can see what comes out and stuff like that. You will be able to get the podcast on audio version on all podcast platforms right after the lives, but the live show after the 5th anniversary will only be on our YouTube, and you can catch it there, and then maybe a week later that will be out on YouTube. All right, but until next time, guys, make sure to go check out this week's podcast. We talked about horror movie songs, all just different songs from horror movies. We had a really good time. It was another mixtape episode. This episode coming up, we're going to be talking about the Olympics and more. And then go check out our review. We checked out Deadpool and Wolverine. I got a little in depth here, and now I'm getting a little more in depth. And like I said, join up so that way you can win one of these. Or maybe both. I don't know. Well, no, we take your name off after you win one, so probably not both. But until next time, guys, I'm Mick Manhattan from the Scene Snobs. I appreciate you joining in, appreciate you hanging out, and appreciate you being a part of it. But until then, I will talk to you guys very soon. Remember to be kind, stay classy, and I'll talk to you. Remember to be kind, stay classy, and take care of yourselves, and I'll talk to you. Take care. Damn, I forgot.